Hey, buddy.
Hey,
What's going on, everybody? Another day, sad day on the Day One Pod.
I'm your
Um,
co-host Anthony. It's my
I'm
co-host
Kyle.
Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
We just got back from the bar. Shout out scorecard. Got some nice drinks.
Yep.
Got got my usual rum and coke. Got your Bud Light.
Yes, sir. Um, this isn't a normal pod that we do. Normally, we're upbeat, we're hype, and we're breaking down games and shit like that. But we don't want to do that tonight. As everyone in the sports world probably knows, Damar Hamilton, not Hamilton,
Mar
Hamlin.
Hamlin. Come
Hamlin. My
on, bro.
apologies, bro. I'm reading.
Bro, you
I just
sleep.
I just seen the last name Hamilton like on Twitter, so my
You
mind's all over the
sleep.
place. My mind all over the place.
Damar Hamlin
Yep.
collided with T Higgins, made a tackle, like 5:15 in the first quarter. And appears to, stand up after making the tackle, kind of a little woozy, lightheaded, whatever it looked like. Then he collapsed. He collapsed on the field. Was unresponsive. And the medical staff from both teams rushed out to tend to Hamlin, and they did CPR for about 10 minutes. They brought the AED out, and they rushed the ambulance on the field. Half hour later, they left the field.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry. The NFL gave both teams 5 minutes to warm up after Damar got taken to the hospital, and they couldn't do it. They went back to the locker rooms. Both coaches talked to league officials on the phone, and you saw both players or both teams. They were in no uniform. Stephon Diggs was in a towel, hugging guys. Pause.
Pause.
Big pause, yeah. But
Peaked
I
up
mean,
like the Indian reservation.
yeah. New Year's resolution.
Yep.
Let it all hang out there.
Yeah.
But no. And ultimately the league decided to suspend the game until like a further date. So this is a scary night. And I mean, the latest update that we have is that Damar Hamlin, he's in care. He's in critical condition. He's pretty much in a medically induced coma. They put him to sleep for the time being to insert a breathing tube. He's struggling to breathe on his own, although they're giving him oxygen. So he's fighting for his life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's scary. You look at we see injuries all the time in sports. You know what I mean? Even scary ones. People, you see like scary injuries, like when Dak fractured his foot. Remember how like you could see how his foot was like all over the place. You know what I mean? It almost makes your heart skip a beat.
Yeah.
This is on a complete another level that I've never experienced personally in my life. Like we were referencing when we were out tonight. We referenced the Dale Earnhardt Senior crash.
Yeah.
And
just the uncertainty.
yeah.
I mean, the gruesome crash as it was, and how the medical staff were scurrying to kind of take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then off in the ambulance he went. And
we know that story.
It was all too eerily similar. I mean, obviously when that happened, I was not alive, but being a big NASCAR guy, it's a huge moment in NASCAR history.
Seeing the film and not hearing the stories.
Right. And yeah, I mean, even this with Dale Earnhardt and the Dan Weldon crash at Las Vegas in 2012, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
This is up there. And the players were visibly shook. A lot of the Bills players were crying. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, their brother, I mean, they pretty much almost witnessed him die on the field for,
Yeah.
for the game.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to win. They're trying to get to the Super Bowl and complete the mission. And I mean, it's cliche. They just say it all the time, like I would die for this. They go to war with the guys, but I mean, shit. I mean, it's lit.
Mm-hmm. You don't ever think that something like this could actually happen until it does. Like I feel like as sports fans, the general public of us, we get lost in the fandom and the rivalries, and we shit on players and we do things like that. We don't realize just how important it is to them that they're out there and that the work they've put into these games that they play.
Right.
And the camaraderie that teams have. I mean, not every locker room is as tight knit, but you know what I mean? He's got maybe 5 really, really close people that he knows better than almost his family in that locker
Yeah.
room, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you're spending more time with your brothers than you are with the family. So I mean, yeah, you get close. You get close, really, really close to those guys in there, and to
Mm-hmm.
have something like this happen to one of the guys who is pretty more than family. It's devastating, and I mean, you saw it on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon says he's dead. Honestly, watching it live, I saw it live. I thought he was.
Yeah, we
Thought he was.
thought it was a wrap.
I mean, they went to commercial like 5 times. I'm like, bro, if he was not dead, they would have went to commercial like twice, maybe 3 times. Everybody would have, they would have stretched them off. They would have cheered and then went back to playing. But this was different.
Yeah.
This was really different, and I like really though. Like you watch what happened on the field. It's like we might have witnessed this guy die in front of our eyes. I mean, it's crazy to say that, and not saying like um like that's like funny or something, but like it's just the facts of the matter.
Yeah, it's you don't know how to react to something like this. We never see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I feel like I feel like it's affected me more just because I watched it live. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously it's terrible. Like, we've lost some people in the sports world over time, but like, you don't connect to it as deep. Like, you and I, we were just going out to enjoy a big time playoff atmospheric football game.
Yeah. And that's what it was to start up until
yeah.
that moment. It was playoff atmosphere. These teams were going at it. It had all the makings of an all-time classic. And then something like this happens, and it's just forget about the game. Just hope this guy's alive.
When he collapsed and dropped, we just looked at each other and we had no idea what to say. And to see, like, I genuinely think they ran out of commercial time because of how many they ran.
Yeah.
During that, because they weren't getting off the field. And I can't imagine, because obviously in this picture that we're showing, this is post after he leaves the field. The ambulance is gone by now, but they were all standing around him, and to hear that he was getting CPR for 9 minutes, like, imagine standing there watching that. You know what I mean? I couldn't.
That's a hard thing to digest as a player. Like I said, I mean, some of these guys are closer to their teammates than they are their family. So to watch a guy who's closer than family with like go through that, that's hard. That is really hard. And there's absolutely no way after witnessing that you can go let it marinate for about 5 minutes and then get back up.
Yeah.
In the right frame of mind to keep playing a football game.
Yeah, and like to piggyback off that, like the other thing that I'm really kind of getting pissed off about is how everyone is saying it felt like the entire time we were checking Twitter from then till now, there's always somebody to blame and there's always they're doing something wrong. Like this is unprecedented. This doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they took so long to suspend it. Well, no one knows what to do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
This has never happened before in modern times. I mean, you mentioned like only one other time that somebody has collapsed and died on the field,
Yeah,
but that was in
1971.
1970 something.
1971. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this has never happened modern times. And to piggyback off of your oh, I don't know what happened.
It's all good.
That's weird. To piggyback off of what you said about Twitter, there a lot of people, all of Twitter, 99.9% of Twitter has been sending this man prayers, including myself. I mean, I tweeted it when it happened.
Yeah.
You know, I said, you know, I cannot believe that I witnessed what I witnessed live, and prayers to him, and I hope he, you know, he's all right.
Yeah, because we still don't know. Like, we still don't know if he's.
Yeah. And, you know, the internet can be a ruthless place. We all know that. There's one guy, honestly, who should probably be canceled for this whole entire thing. Who other than Skip Bayless? I'm going to read you guys the tweet, and we're going to break it down. It's just ridiculous how inhumane that this take is. Like, why would you say this in your right mind? Here's the tweet. 9:30 p.m. from @RealSkipBayless. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. And I just love how literally everybody on the platform quote tweeted it or commented, calling him out for such a bogus take. We pretty much witnessed a guy die on national television, and you're worried about the outcome of the game for playoff seeding? Like, let's make sure that this guy survives and he's okay first, and then we'll worry about the shit later. Yeah. We're talking about life and death.
Yeah, like
screw the game.
I'm not going to sit here and say that like Skip doesn't care, obviously, about the guy. You know what I mean? I don't feel like anybody on a national stage is that heartless. If he was, he wouldn't be on the national stage already.
Right. I get
but
that.
There is something to be that's why I haven't tweeted anything out or posted anything on social other than prayers up, because like so many things go through your head in a situation like this in times of controversy and coping through things. Like, people laugh, you know what I mean? People cry, like, because you don't know how to react to shit. And it blows my mind that he went on that he was on his phone and typed this out, read it back, and thought it was okay to post.
That's what I'm saying.
This is why people have social media managers.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I get it's a talking point.
Yep.
And, you know, obviously, like, okay, once we figure out that he's okay.
Yeah.
Now we worry about, all right, so what are the implications of postponing this or quite possibly forfeiting the entire game?
Yeah.
We're not there yet. We don't know what to expect. So, like, okay, it's not like he was completely wrong for saying it. The timing, the worst possible timing. You worry about this guy being all right first, then you worry about the game. And that's pretty much what everybody was saying. Like why are you worried about the game when we have no idea if this guy is alive or not?
Like that. this man's mother was watching the game live and watched her son collapse on the field.
Exactly.
And someone that has no connection whatsoever, getting paid a lot of money to be politically correct on national television, goes ahead and says something like that. It's just, it blows my mind. And this isn't the first time we've dealt with stuff like this from Skip Bayless, but
yeah, Skip
I don't
Bayless
know.
has a track record for really shitty takes, but this one has to be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
I really, I don't know what was going through his mind, honestly. You know what? This is what, ready? This is what was going through Skip Bayless's mind when he was watching that.
With the Jays on.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonder how this is gonna affect the regular season outcome. This seems like a good tweet. You know what? I'm gonna post it. Boom.
Yeah.
They're gonna love to hear that.
And then, like, it's not even that he did it once. He said he had a thread of tweets that were like,
I didn't see the thread, but
there's a
I just saw
thread.
that one. He tried to justify that, is what you're saying?
He said, let me see. Where is it? The main tweet.
If you're trying to justify that take, I'm sorry, but you're a foul human being.
Yeah.
You're foul.
I think it was deleted. I think he deleted the tweet. As he should.
Yeah, you should delete the tweet. Listen, I don't mean to swear on this program, but that's fucking bogus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's bogus. Why are you worried about the game before we're worried about this guy's life?
Yeah, and just to show how heartless that is, NBA All-Star Donovan Mitchell put up 71 points tonight. And the first thing he said in his post-game thing was about Damar.
Yeah.
First thing. Man just basically had one of the greatest games of all time, and he's not even concerned.
Yeah.
Like
he had the 8th best scoring output in the history of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like in a win in overtime, not to mention. And he's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck what I just did. Fuck the 71.
Yeah. Yeah,
double, almost a triple double. My career stat line.
I just scrolled through it slowly. He let the post game interview last a minute and a half. He spoke about Damar and then walked off.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I feel like a lot of people need to be held accountable for things like this. And a few other things people are doing. Like, I keep seeing crap about politics in this. I keep seeing stuff like after LeBron posted about Damar, he said, "Holy shit, Donovan Mitchell," on, because he went crazy. And people are all over him like, that's not the concern right now. What the hell are you doing? Like, everyone needs to calm down. Everyone is trying to find somebody to blame. And there's people going after T. Higgins right now, who was the ball carrier on that hit.
Yeah, it's not.
What was he? Fault. It's not his fault. It's not. He's the one carrying the football. You think he made? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think
it's similar. Now that you say that, I mean, it's similar to the Dale Earnhardt
mm-hmm.
accident, because I mean, he. I mean, let me think about this. Going into turn 3, Sterling Marlin got underneath of him a little bit, tapped him in the rear, got him sideways, and then he swerved into the apron, then came back up, overcorrected, then took Ken Schrader with him and wrecked and died on the spot. Back then, NASCAR fans were like coming at Sterling Marlin like big time. I'm talking like they were giving this man death threats.
Yeah. There is.
What can he do? I mean, you're playing with inches. It's just unfortunate the way that it turned out, and it was just even worse that the result of it. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the greatest to ever strap the belts and steer the wheel, you know. But I mean, I don't fault T. Higgins for it.
No.
He's
What did
been
he could have
he's
done
getting
different?
tackled. What can he do?
No. Just another update here. There is now a video out. Stephon Diggs walking into the hospital to be with Damar. But on top of that, too, I see another tweet. It could be false. I'm just reading it because I see it. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Joe Burrow, and T. Higgins are all at his bedside right now.
That's really classy for Burrow and Higgins and the Bengals there for them to be there.
Yeah.
Just shows you, man, it's bigger than football. It's just a game.
Yeah.
I know we get into it, you know, talking the pigskin and all these teams and stuff. And
I know I shit on players all the time.
I do too.
It's not.
I shit on the Dallas Cowboys all the time. Whenever I get the chance. I'm not gonna shy away from that. I do, but it's bigger than football. Like,
we're never gonna sit here and wish for something like this to happen to somebody.
No, this is the last thing that you wish to happen.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you that it's a very dangerous game. I mean, stuff like this is possible, and these players know the risks when they run out the tunnel.
Yep.
And the ball gets kicked off and game's underway. This can happen.
Yeah. But again, prayers to Damar. Prayers to his family. Prayers to T. Higgins, because I'm sure his mind is all over the place right now.
Right.
You know what I
mean? All of the players, really.
All the players. We saw like clips of some Bengals being on the Bills sideline, some Bills being on the Bengals sideline. It's just, you know what I mean?
It's just an unfortunate event. I mean, I couldn't imagine, and I'm not saying, because I just couldn't imagine this happen, period. But man, like, if this happened to a guy like Reed Blankenship, undrafted free agent, just getting his chance and playing meaningful minutes and playing pretty good too.
Yeah.
To have something like this happen is absolutely devastating. And Damar Hamlin, second-year player, he's filling in for Micah Hyde, who's out for the year, playing meaningful snaps, and he's starting, so he's doing a pretty good job.
This is the game of this was the game of his life so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the biggest game he's ever played in.
Yeah. So to have a young guy like that just have something like this happen is just, it's devastating. It really is devastating. And there's not really any other way to describe it.
Yep.
And I know the memes and stuff, you know, during some of the commercial breaks, they were playing the BK commercial. We know the jokes behind the BK commercial. Like, come on, bro. It's sad.
It is. But
like how are you going to do that? You got the situation at hand. We all know what the commercial means. We see they like the third or fourth time they go to commercial and you just hear Whopper, Whopper, Whopper Jr. Like, come on, bro. Are you serious?
Not good. We got to do better as a society.
Them fellas at ESPN Disney got to pull that commercial for the time being.
We are retiring the BK commercial.
Listen, I understand Burger King paid for that commercial spot, but come on, bro. Y'all need to run that like after the first score.
Run that at halftime.
Run it now. The game's over.
But no, I think we should get out of here. But we just wanted to talk a little bit about our experience with it, our thoughts, our feelings on it. Call out some people that are being fucking ridiculous on Twitter.
Yeah, Skip.
Yeah, Skip.
Yes, Skip. It's no longer your turn. Never.
Skip.
Never. Come on, Skip! Skip! It's no longer your turn. Skip Bayless is canceled.
Yeah. But
he's another. Listen, add him to the list of
people we no
things
longer speak about
no
on this
longer
program.
speak about. Yes, on
Yeah.
this program.
Yeah.
Him,
It's
the team in Denver,
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
There's some more. There's some more, and it's good that I can't remember them because that's the whole point. Okay.
Yep.
But no, look ahead to our future podcast. I'm sure in the beginning we'll put an update up. We'll talk a little bit more about it as his condition betters or worse. We don't really know. But
Right.
we'll also talk about whenever this game decides to be replayed. If it gets replayed, we don't know. No one knows. I'm sure a lot of heads are rolling in New York right now trying to figure this out. But we're in unprecedented times, and it calls for unprecedented measures. So,
Right. One other update before we get out of here. Now, I completely forgot to mention this. So actually, let's talk about this for a little bit before we go. This we can just wrap it up here. Per Big Sportsman 3 of Tighten Up Network. Oh, this is a Titans beat reporter, but still, I've seen this. The word is the NFL didn't actually make the call to suspend Bills-Bengals game. The player reps from both teams contacted the PA, and the PA told the league office the game was not going to continue. So, wait, there's also a second part. Also, per Insider, a Bengals player is being quoted as saying, "If they aren't going out here, neither are we." In referencing the Bills players.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, that puts the NFL's in a sticky situation with that. I think inevitably, whether NFL made the decision or the players made the decision, it wasn't going to be played regardless, unless there was word earlier that he was fine. You know what I mean? But
I mean, we see injuries like this happen all the time, where you get the medical staff to tend to them, and they take them off on a stretcher, or even bring the ambulance out, like but you get the thumbs up, you get the he's okay, everything important is good, and you're able to go back to playing football. This was a completely different situation. I mean, he was laying there lifeless for better part of a half hour. And I think it's kind of fucked up if the NFL thinks that, yeah, okay, this happened, but these guys are going to get back in the mindset and we're going to finish this game tonight. It had the makings of this is going to be played at a different time from the jump.
And I don't fault the NFL for even saying 5 minutes to warm back up, because that's typically what you do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to blame them for typically following the protocol that's usually used in situations like this. I mean, you look back at this one, is probably the closest thing we've seen was when Ryan Shazier took that hit. That's the closest thing we've seen to it. They got back to playing because we got a thumbs up. I've never seen an ambulance on the field.
Me either.
No, they're either carted off, stretchered off.
Yeah, they stretch them off, but they don't bring the ambulance out.
No, this was bad. So.
This was very serious. So really, it was the players who made the call. They're like, we're not playing. It wasn't the league like, all right, we see what's going on. Let's yank them. Let's do this another day. It was actually the players, which is not a surprise at all. They're like, no, we just can't mentally continue.
No, and it was leading towards that the whole time. When they said 5 minutes to get warmed up, no one was moving. When they were in the locker rooms deciding to play, players were already undressing. Yeah.
The only one I really saw doing anything was Joe Burrow. He was throwing passes.
Yeah.
And then you see the next shot pans to Josh Allen sitting on the bench just with a stare
into space.
Yeah, the blank stare on his face. Yeah, I mean this there was no possible way that they could have continued this game.
Yeah, no, there's no
wasn't going to happen.
But I think that's all we have for you guys.
Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah, no, that's good. But that's all we have for you guys. We just wanted to put something out, talk about it, and I hope more people will put out some content around this, just putting their prayers out there and, holding these assholes accountable. But
Yeah.
Prayers to Damar, prayers to the Bills, prayers to the Bengals, everyone in attendance, prayers to his family.
Prayers. Prayers all around.
Yep. And we'll be giving you more updates as they come out. I'll post on the Twitter if I find it necessary. If not, we'll lay out all the details in the next pod. So
for sure, we'll be keeping our eyes on the situation like the rest of you guys are, and when we get word, as soon as we get word, we'll let you guys know.
But yeah, that's it, everyone. I'm not going to ask you to like. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, but I'm going to ask you to leave a comment saying prayers up for Damar.
Leave the prayer hands in the comment section.
Yep.
I'm gonna need all of them that we can get.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just absolutely heart-wrenching situation. So prayers to him, prayers to his family, prayers to the Bills and all the players and all the people involved. Sad situation.
Yep. But you know what it is on a boat, on a bus, on a plane. Tell a friend, tell a friend. This is the Day One Pod. I'm Kyle. That's Anthony. Take it easy, y'all.